Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is December 5th, 2020, and this is episode 149. Today we're going to take a look at Thor, number 10 from Marvel. And this is part 2 of 6 of Prey, the arc called Prey here. Nice cover, very interesting. This is actually Donald Blake, and you can see Thor, who's kind of been sent down into Dante's Inferno, so to speak. But Donald Blake's got a chip on his shoulder. Not only that, he's ends up being more powerful than we thought. So let's get right into it real quick. Like I said, it was Prey, part 2 of 6. Donny Cates is the writer, Nic Klein is the artist, and Matt Wilson is the colorist. Now, we've got a nice little rundown of what happened in the past few issues to lead to this. If you remember the last few issues, Thor got kind of moody, and then he got to a place where he wanted to kind of hand over the reins to Sif and Volstagg and Bill. And he said, if anything happens to me, please take over. And he goes to swap out his life for a different life down with Donald Blake. Things did not go well in the last issue, however, and Donald Blake is now in Asgard. Thor is down into a burned out apocalyptic landscape that Donald Blake had created. So, and we find out a little bit more about this. A lot of dialogue going on here. This flowery stuff isn't really important. It just kind of goes on and on. It just picks up. It really doesn't pick up until the three come to confront him, Volstagg, Sif, and Bill. And because now Donald Blake is so overpowered, he has no problem taking them all on at once, all three. They even bring the Asgard Guardians with them. Here's this fighting scene. This is beautiful art by Nic Klein again. He's just really knocking it out of the park. You can see him taking down Bill. You can see him, Volstagg steps in. He gets thrown around, and here you can see the Asgardian guard to come help out, and they just get slaughtered. So, pretty good action scenes. And then finally Sif is the last one taken down as she gets the Bifrost sword taken away from her, sorry. Then we get this huge ad for King in Black, number 3. We did review King in Black number 1. Number 2 comes out in a couple weeks. And then they have Planet of the Symbiotes. This is also King in Black. And it keeps going. King in Black, Venom versus, Gwenom versus Carnage number 1. Black Knight number 1. Return of the Valkyries number 1. And then you get some art here. And finally, Venom number 32. Eddie Brock is about to face the biggest challenge of his life. Now back to the Thor story, though, and you can see Donald Blake is standing over all these knocked out and slain warriors. Only Sif is still alive, and then at this point, he drives the Bifrost sword into the Bifrost and moves all of Asgard to a hellish area. And we can see Volstagg and Sif's talking it over, where all these, there's like demons and creatures and all kinds of things lurking here. So Donald Blake is nowhere to be found because he sent them all away. He kept Asgard in place so he could be king there, and it looks like he has the place to himself. He's cleaned himself up, and now he's going off to find other friends, as he puts it. Meanwhile, Thor is down, they call it below the shadows of the world ash, because everything is decimated here. He finds the dragon that was kind of, I guess, protecting that whole area around Donald Blake, his his world, and talks to him a little bit. And then it kind of goes back. The dragon starts to speak how he made an alliance with Donald Blake, not realizing Donald Blake had the Odin power in him, or the Odin force. I'm not sure if they call it Odin force or Odin power. And somehow the dragon melded his power with the Odin power, the Odin force. And now he is super strong. He's slain the dragon pretty much, and he's changed the world below. And here it shows him just going into work, and he meets up with Jane Foster, and she's happy to see him. She hasn't seen him in years, and it's just to be continued. So we'll find out what happens next. I'm assuming this is kind of present times. He left. What do you want to call it? Asgard, to go down and get some new clothes and whatnot. So I thought this might be a flashback, but now that I look at it, I think it is current. So he's up with Jane Foster, and that's where we end now, and she's just doing surgery or whatever. So it was a little bit jarring transitions in this story. I think for fans of Thor, they're going to enjoy it. I felt like it was missing chunks of story. The art, of course, was phenomenal, and as always, Nic Klein is just really strong. But I didn't enjoy this as much as I did, say, like issue 6 of Thor, where there was a really good, coherent story. This seems a little bit jumbled. Like he's kind of rushing through. Donny Cates may be rushing through it. I know he's working on a lot of big projects. He's kind of holding up Marvel single-handedly right now, so it's kind of like a half recommend. If you haven't read the other ones, you're going to be totally lost. The issues leading up to this, even though they do give you a nice little synopsis at the beginning, so it's kind of like a half recommend. But I'm hoping we still got 4 more issues to go in this arc, and hopefully, and Nic Klein's great. I guess he's going to be on the arc the whole time, so let's hope for the best on this one. Thank you for stopping by. Please leave likes, subscribe, comments, whatever you want to do, and we'll see you next time here at the Temple of Tomes. As always, this is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes, bidding you adieu.